Before their daughter was born, Jesse and David's home was quiet, normal, predictable. Nothing hinted that danger had already crossed their doorstep. But everything changed the moment Jessie became pregnant. Their dog, Benji, had always been gentle, loyal, calm, almost lazy. Yet as Jessie's belly grew, Benji changed. He followed her everywhere. He barked at her stomach. Sometimes he would whine for hours, pacing in circles, refusing to calm down. At first, they laughed it off. Dogs sense pregnancies, they said. But Jessie didn't laugh. There was fear in her chest that she couldn't explain, a quiet voice telling her something was wrong. Benji wasn't excited. He was alarmed. The barking grew worse, louder, more desperate. Jessie began to believe Benji was reacting to something inside her, something the doctors hadn't seen yet. Terrified, she asked David to take Benji to the vet. She needed answers before making an impossible choice, her baby or her dog. The tests came back clean. Benji was perfectly healthy, so was the baby. Relief should have followed, but it didn't. When their daughter Lily was born, the house filled with new sounds, crying, laughter, sleepless nights, and Benji went silent. For weeks, everything seemed fine until Jessie and David returned to work, and Jessie's best friend of over 10 years offered to help. She had babysat before. She was family. Trust was never questioned. But the calls started almost immediately. Benji won't leave Lily alone, Anne said. He won't let her sleep by herself. At first it sounded harmless, protective dog behavior. Then one afternoon Anne called, screaming. She had separated Benji from Lily. And Benji attacked her. Not playful, not defensive, ferocious. David rushed home, heart pounding. He took Benji back to the vet again, this time desperate, confused, ashamed. But something didn't add up. Benji was calm when Jessie was home, peaceful, gentle. The aggression only appeared when Anne was alone with the baby. That's when David made a decision. He installed cameras throughout the house. Anne didn't like that. She asked too many questions. Why now? What were they afraid of? David felt it in his gut, the same feeling Jessie had felt months earlier. Something was very wrong. That night, David reviewed the footage and froze. Every single nighttime recording had been deleted. David didn't sleep that night. The missing footage replayed in his mind over and over. Someone had access to the system. Someone knew exactly when to erase the recordings. The next day, he set up an encrypted backup one Anne couldn't touch. That night, the camera captured everything. At 2:17 a.m., the baby monitor flickered. The nursery window slowly opened. A shadow slipped inside. David's blood ran cold. The figure moved with confidence, not fear. It knew the house. It knew where the crib was. And then Benji appeared in the frame, standing perfectly still, blocking the crib. The shadow froze. Benji began barking. Not wildly, not loudly. A warning. The intruder retreated, disappearing back through the window. David didn't hesitate. He called the police. Within minutes, sirens filled the street. Jessie rushed home, shaking, confused, until David showed her the footage. She collapsed into tears. When officers entered the nursery, Benji ran straight to the wall, barking violently at a single spot. The police didn't ask questions. They smashed the wall open. Behind it was a hidden compartment. Inside, cash, forged documents, multiple passports, all with different names but the same face. Anne's face. The truth unraveled fast. Anne never existed. She was a foreign operative who had inserted herself into Jessie's life years earlier, waiting, watching, getting close. David's job and national security made their home the perfect target, and Lily was leverage. The woman was arrested hours later, trying to flee the country. Benji hadn't been aggressive. He had been guarding. Years later, Lily would hear the story for the first time. How a dog saved her life. How instinct saw what humans missed. Benji never left her side again. And Jessie and David learned a lesson they would never forget. Sometimes, the real danger isn't outside your home. It's already inside.